So I grew up in a small little town called New Addington, surrounded by fields of glory. My imagination was allowed to run rampant because we didn't have much to do. And I think that's what allowed me to become an artist I am today. I work in photography, I work with mixed media, painting, film, anything that really suits the medium and the vehicle for the idea. Little Campbell was a Tasmanian devil of ADHD personified. Loved the world, loved everything about it, but knew that his world was small. So I sought out travel. I remember being asked, what do you want to be when you're older? And I didn't understand the question. I didn't know you had to be something. So I would just say I want to see the world. So whatever job allows me to travel is what I wanted. And my mum allowed us to draw all the time and create. So I was just this creative, energetic Tasmanian spinning devil who just wanted to have fun and who loved Pokemon and still does. In order to make your subject feel comfortable, it's something Tim Walker said actually, that the camera is a box with a mirror. That's the technical aspect of it. So I reflect myself onto a page. So when I'm working with my subjects, it's almost like a mirror. And I think the photographer is a therapist. Well, for me anyway. So when I'm creating something with someone, I'm always trying to understand them through myself. It's like a therapy session that we get to create interesting worlds and imagery. So when capturing people, working with people through my lens, I always try to remember that we should be present and mindful of where and who they are in that moment. And it's my job as the photographer to capture that in the most authentic and beautiful way. I think the biggest challenge of being a photographer now, modern day, is the time. You'd be surprised what little time I've had to create some of the most, say, like iconic images of mine. But then also challenges create a new skill set for yourself. When you've got an hour to take 8 photos, there's a lot of things you don't think about anymore. You just have to go with your instinct. And another challenge of being a photographer now is, I think, the speed. With the internet and social media, it's like you can create an image on Monday, it's out by Tuesday. That I still find tricky, because sometimes I'm always like, oh my God, could I have chosen a different photo? Could I have done something else? But I'm learning to just go, whew, I can't change the past. So yeah. Isle of Campbell, part 2 in Ballarat. I'm not going to be specific in what the people experience, but I want to be specific in how I want them to feel. I think Isle of Campbell in 2022, I was in a very specific part of my life. And I've grown. I was in my late 20s, I'm now in my early 30s. And Isle of Campbell is community-led. Love, for me, is community. I know that I want the people to experience Isle of Campbell as a space where I love you, you love me, we love us. And I'd like people to understand that the work is a reflection of not only me, but humans and ourselves. And I hope people can see themselves in it, even if it's the smallest amount. If that happens, then I've won. Although I work in the fashion sector a lot, I was taught at a very young age, my outcome should never be the inspiration. So I remember Alexander McQueen learning that he would go to the V&A to look at woodwork to inspire his collections. So I've often tried to be inspired by very juxtaposing factors. So whether it's anime and cooking, whether it's TV and film mixed with a little bit of sculpture. So although I love fashion, it's never the essence of garments that I'm looking for within fashion that inspires me. It is the initial catalyst. Like, like recently, McQueen's sketchbooks were just put on auction. I was so excited to look at them because the inception of an idea is the most beautiful feeling when you're like I've watched FKA Twigs at the Roundhouse, and I didn't know what I was going to be inspired by, and I was inspired by her lighting technician, even though she's an amazing artist. Or Nina Simone, amazing singer, but I was more inspired by her speeches. Or Amy Winehouse, amazing singer-songwriter. But what inspires me the most is when she spoke about love, when she spoke about Sarah Vaughan. It's like, as humans, I believe creative humans, we do not create ideas like from nothing. I think there's a greater consciousness, and if you're tapped into it, you can see throughout history, someone could be over in Australia and in London, both creating similar ideas and things I've never met. So for me, I've always tried to seek out this greater consciousness of ideas to tap into. And for me, it's always the small little nuggets of something. On my journey to discover love, which I think I Love Campbell is, I have discovered that love is the spiritual growth of oneself and others, which also equals communal love. I think if everybody in the world loved outside of oneself, then there's nothing to worry about. So love to me is, I want to grow spiritually, and I have to, in order to do that, I have to do that for others too. So I am of love, I create love, and therefore we are love. So it's a community of love. I cannot love myself if I can't love you. And if I can't love you, then what are we doing, you know? I used to think love was just, I love me and I'm doing what I need to do. But no, love in a greater sense of just the world and the planes and the spiritualness. Love is a spiritual growth of oneself and others. It allows me to, you know, if I do everything with love, I can't be mad at you. I can be curious. So I want to practice that more. I think that's what I Love Campbell is. I Love Campbell Part 1, I was just trying to discover that I could love myself. Now, on that discovery, I've realized in order to love myself, I have to love you. And the you is the I, we, us. So yeah.